Now, I know that you're just looking at this title and are just wondering, Draco, what the heck are you doing peeing next to Goku? What type of weird, sick game are you doing? Well, no, this is all real life and it actually happened. So, first, let's just start over. If you don't know, I am what you call a super nerd for anime. I love it so much, some may say I could even be addicted. But I can stop whenever, I swear. But recently, I went to an anime convention, and if you don't know what that is, really just think of it as a Japanese Comic Con. There's lots of different people selling anime merchandise, people cosplaying, but what I was truly there for was to meet one of my favorite voice actors. Now, they had a stacked cast. They had Sean Schemmel, aka the voice of Goku, for Sabat, who's the voice of Zoro from One Piece, but who I was truly there for was for my favorite voice actor of all time, Bryce Papenbrook. For those of you who don't know, Bryce Papenbrook is the voice of many great anime characters such as Eren from Attack on Titan and Inosuke from Demon Slayer, but my favorite character is Kirito from Sword Art Online, which is from my favorite anime. Now, for all the haters out there, Sword Art Online isn't the best, I can agree, but it's my favorite and it started off my anime journey, so back off. Anyways, once this convention was announced, I just knew I had to meet him. So after some convincing, I got my brother to tag along with me as well. As soon as we got to the convention, we decided to come up with the game plan. We just arrived there at 11 a.m. and the convention ends at 7 p.m. That means we can go around through the different stalls, look at everything, and then whenever the time comes, we can stand in line for our favorite voice actor or whoever we wanted to meet. When walking through the stands, there was your typical anime merchandise. There was Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, etc. There was even a stand where they sold real swords from anime, and it was just so cool. Now, it was already about 1 or so, and I decided to go check out the line so I could meet Bryce Papenbrook. Come to my surprise, there weren't people in that line at all, and Bryce Papenbrook was nowhere to be seen. I was confused and asked someone about it, and lo and behold, he was having a panel upstairs, so he wouldn't get back till another hour or so. Now, normally, you would think there's no reason to stay there, and you should just walk around till he gets back. Yeah, I didn't do that. My thought process was, okay, I'll wait till he gets back, and I'll be one of the ones at the front, or at the very least, I wouldn't have to wait forever to meet him. As these thoughts ran through my brain, the worker told us just to go to the panel, or go walk around because there's no reason to wait, as well as the people who were already in line before us left to the panel, or at the very least they got a ticket that showed exactly where they were in line, so that they can keep their spot once he returned. So, after hearing all of that, I knew I should just wait and eventually I should be able to see him. So I waited there, and eventually some people who were in the line for the panel began to show up, and they were able to get their position in which they were in before. Now, there were like 80 something people in front of me. One would think you would be able to move through the line in like an hour or so. I was surely mistaken. Now, I'm just saying, this is not a jab at Bryce Papenbrook at all. I love the guy, and what makes him so awesome is that when meeting him, he will sit there and talk to you and have a conversation. That is so cool, but not as cool when you're behind 80 something people. So, with not much choice, I just sat there in line, and every now and then I would ask my brother to hold my spot so I could go to the restroom or just get a break from standing in line for so long. Now, about 4 hours in, yes, you heard me, 4 hours, I had to go to the restroom again, and my brother had to hold my spot. Now, on the way to the bathroom, I saw Sean Schemmel, aka the voice of Goku, his booth. I wasn't too worried about it and just walked into the restroom. But whenever I was walking in, I heard him say, "Hey guys, I'll be gone for a sec. Don't leave the line, but I'll be right back." I didn't think too much of it because I thought, oh, he's probably gonna go get a drink, a snack. He'll be back right quick. Anyways, I walked to one of the urinals just to do my business. I heard someone enter and step right next to me in the neighboring urinal. Now, obviously, it's a rule in the restroom, just focus on your business. Don't glance at people because that's just weird. But I was able to see this guy in my peripheral vision and just knew someone was next to me. But as I finished and I turned around to wash my hands, I saw who was standing next to me using the mirror that was right behind. It was Goku himself, Sean Schemmel. Now, I didn't want to make a big deal or talk to the guy in the restroom. He's been talking to people all day. He doesn't need some random person coming up to him in the restroom and talking to him. That's just plain weird, and the restroom is supposed to be a safe place to do your business in peace. So after I was done and I walked out, I noticed he was behind me, and being the good guy that I am, I held the door for him and he thanked me. Now, this isn't a huge memory I keep dear in my heart. I just thought it was a very funny experience. I literally peed next to Goku. Not a lot of other people get to say that. It was just so dumb and funny, I just knew I had to tell people, hence this video. Anyways, I walked back to my line and was still waiting to meet Bryce Papenbrook. At this point, it was already 6:30 and the convention ends in 30 minutes, and I'm still not that close to the front. There's maybe 30 to 40 people in front of me, and it's already been 5.5 hours of just standing in line. At this point, every part of me is wondering if it was worth to stay in this line. Sure, I could meet my most favorite voice actor, or I can go meet a couple of others that I also really enjoy. Their lines moved fast enough that I might be able to meet 2 or 3 people before this convention closed. However, it's been so long of standing in that line, I just knew I had to stick it through. I couldn't just give up after waiting in this line for so long. Crazy enough, I waited in that line for a total time of 7 hours until I finally got to the front and I saw Bryce Papenbrook with my own eyes. Now, at this point, you can imagine how badly my feet were killing me at this point. But the closer I got to that front of the line, the less pain I felt due to my excitement. And as I was next in line, my heart was beating so fast. I've been watching this guy ever since I was a child, and here he was, standing in front of me. So yes, maybe I was fangirling while I was in front of him. Yes, maybe I did pee a little out of excitement. I didn't, by the way, but in that moment, I could have. There I was, right in front of him, and I just spoke out of pure excitement. Honestly, I blacked out a little because of how surreal that moment was. And we talked a little, and I told him how much of a fan I was, and how he was the reason why I got into anime and stuff like that. He told me thanks for watching him scream all this time. Not gonna lie, I was a little giddy, so I said, oh yeah, no problem, with just such a huge smirk on my face. After talking, I got him to sign a poster and my very first Funko Pop, which was Kirito. Not gonna lie, it is one of my prized possessions now, and no one is allowed to touch it. In fact, I want it put in my casket once I died. Anyways, after all the signing, I even got him to make a video on my phone of my favorite line in Sword Art Online. It was the coolest thing ever, and at the end, I even took a picture with him, and then I gave him a handshake and said it was an honor meeting him. That will honestly be one of the best moments I have ever had in my life, though I waited in line for 7 hours. I got to meet someone who I have always idolized and grew up watching. It was definitely worth the wait. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I thought of trying something different with this video and just thought to make a story time. Let me know what y'all thought, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching.
This isn't some in-game duel. It's a fight to the death. And that's fine by me, 'cause I'm gonna kill him!